Oh, campers. Frequently, hi everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave. Frequently, people ask me about projects that I abandon or like what happens when I hit a snag in a project and I don't continue. Like, how do I deal with that? And I think that there's a possible perception that, hold on just a second. I get this question all the time. What happens when you hit a snag and you don't feel like continuing? It happens all the time to me. All the time. For instance, this piece right here, the Colonial Marines armor, I've been like pecking away at it for a week, and I'm really happy with how it's going, but I'm also sick of looking at it. So I'm taking a break from it right now. I'm going to tackle another thing that I got sick of a few months ago, and I'm going to jump back in. So this is the largest portion of the 2001 Clavius suit from Stanley Kubrick's timeless film. This is a replication I achieved many years ago. Much of it was commissioned by a builder named Mike Scott. I wore a pair of these on the floor of San Diego Comic-Con with Commander of the International Space Station, astronaut Chris Hadfield. And it was a first for Chris because he has never worn a fake spacesuit. But some reference material came out recently about the 2001 suit, and I noticed it. It was pictures of the inside of the helmet, and I was interested in getting my helmet to match the screen helmet better. So I started down the path of doing that. I'm not sure how much of the story to tell. I started down the path of doing it, and then I stopped. And the reason I stopped is because I hit the limit of my sewing machine, my Janome 3000. Fantastic machine. It's done me real solid for years here in the cave. But when you're sewing like 12 triangle or whatever it is, 6 or 8 triangles of leather together and their parts are going over each other, the Janome was just breaking needles and it was coughing up blood and it was not cool. That is when, reader, I pulled the trigger on the Sailrite. And the Sailrite was like, that's it, I'm done with the Janome, I want to move on to a professional machine. I had no idea how amazing a professional machine really was. I just did not know. I did not have the eyes to see what I could see standing on this sewing machine. Metaphorically. However, even after I bought the Sailrite sewing machine, I did not finish this helmet. So here's what happened with this helmet is it ended up sitting over in the corner, getting milling debris on it, which was sort of on purpose. As I was refurbing this helmet, it was all like really, really new, and it felt like it was like brand spanking new, and that just didn't quite read as the right experience. So I wanted to kind of let this get a little abused around the shop. Don't know why. Don't know exactly why. Just I thought the helmet looked too new, so I wanted to take it down a notch, and I did. So here is I'm about to like bring this back to life and clean it and polish it. Well, within reason, and then I'll break out the sewing machine, finish that internal liner. Hopefully, we will see, and then get it back up on this guy. And he looks like he's settling a little low, doesn't he? I don't know if I can actually raise him. I don't know if he can actually. No, he doesn't. Oh, there's a whole torso movement there. Battles that do and don't matter. Battles that I do and don't want to take on. All right. Yes, I'm wearing the apron. I know. It's been a while. I should load it up. So among the mission critical tools I carry with the apron are a couple of pencils right off the bat, a scribe/punch. That's most of it. Probably want to get one of these guys going. Yeah. That's enough for right now. Okay, I'm going to give you a better position, and then we're going to get started on this. We're going to get started on this helmet. Okay. Oh, so many little parts and pieces. Oh my gosh, yeah. I forgot this was involved. Oh. Ah, yeah, that one. All right. Every little bit and bob matters. Yeah, because those are detail pieces. And those are two, and that is two. My goodness. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit of spit and polish. Get most of the dirt off of this thing. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this has been sort of sitting on the edge of my consciousness for months. Great. I wonder how this is going to end up looking. Trying to remember my procedure here. I think I have to finish all the sewing of this, but oh, right, there's that business. Oh, man, okay. This is the whole reason I started with this machine. Let's get you a better angle on the situation. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a nice shot for a quick guess. Okay, so I mean, they don't all meet at a perfect point, but that's okay. Okay, so now I want to kind of figure out how it sits in here. The closer I get this to the right shape of the inside, the easier I make my attachment of it. So that's going to go right there. And that's the dead center front. Smells good. I smell the leather. We're going to remark this neckline. Now I'm starting to wonder if I don't want to do this in Velcro, but we'll see. All right, it looks like it was pretty well marked. It sounds like the lockpicking lawyer. I'm Adam Savage, and what I have for you today is a 2001 helmet that I abandoned months ago. Let's see if I can get it back together. I love the lockpicking lawyer, if you can't tell. One of my favorite channels, my goodness. Okay. I think I have this thing properly sized. It took a little while. I turned off the camera for a portion of it. I had to kind of go back over and figure out what I meant with a lot of the stuff that I was doing. But I think I understand the structure. And I think, yeah, I think I just have to pull out this portion of the visor. And okay. So first up, there's this business. God, I love this sewing machine. Holy cow. It's just amazing. Honestly. Just whatever I can throw at it, it's like, yeah, give me more! Oh, right. No, sorry. Okay. Now the next step. I just want to see if we still have some. If the fitment is cursorily right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Next step. So now, because there's a little bit of a puff to the inside of this thing, I'm going to add some batting. And that should provide me what I need here. So I have pre-marked out all my pieces. So let's see, 9, 8, 7, 10. Great. Here we go. 1. Now I'm going to be cutting to the insides of all of these. 2, 3, great. 1, 2, great. Okay, so This is 10. I'm cutting each of these about 1/4 of an inch inside the line. That should accommodate for the seam and hopefully will give me the puffiness that I'm looking for. It's hard to say. I haven't done this kind of thing before. Let's see here. All right, this is a moment of truth. I have the lining with all of its padding and all of its grommets and all that. And I'm about to start to try and install it in here. This contact cement has been setting for about, honestly, about an hour, which is a little longer than I'd rather, but I think I can still get it to cooperate. It's just about, it's really about getting one corner lined up and then getting the rest of it to kind of adhere to that. All right, I think I still need to add some glue here and there, but we're doing really well. All right, I'm gonna pull this back out of here, and I'm gonna add some glue to the surround to the surround. Yeah, right. Okay. I'm gonna add some glue to the surround. Gorgeous. And yeah, so I'm going to add some glue to both equations. I think I can still pull this whole thing out without much difficulty. Yep, I can. Great. So I still, yeah. All right. Let's do this pass a second time. There we go. Okay. Sometimes the only way to really make sure something fits is by actually starting to glue it in. It's just a fact of life. All right, so. It did seem to sit nicely in here once I had it, and I'm pleased about that. Oh, whoa, yeah. Okay. Sorry, this stuff tends to spaghetti a lot. Oh. Okay. So now I'm going to add the same glue instead of a spray glue to the edges here for maximum adhesion. Okay, so that is the outer edge, and now I want to do the bottom edge. That's this business, and this is maybe the most important, right? Because this is what you see when you hold up the helmet and look at its inside. This is yeah. Okay, so now everybody has to just sit tight and dry. Your garbage. You go back in here. You can all relax. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this in without getting it all stuck to itself or to where it shouldn't be stuck inside here. And I'm going to start with the leading edge. And I'm going to just start to press the leading edge around here. I marked the position of the correct center of this thing when I had it in here before. Thus, I know that the cheeks are going to line up with the cheeks of the helmet, etc. Okay. That seems pretty good right there. It is. Okay, so it's not quite as, it's just not quite as beautiful as I was hoping, but then those are the limits of my seamstressing skills, as it were. Let me get some a soft cloth with some basic water to get the stuff off the visor. This is a microfiber cleaning cloth. It might not be super perfectly clean, but it doesn't have to be. It's just gonna not scratch the... Yeah, there's some scratches on here from use. That's totally fine. I may rebuild that part at some point, but ladies and germs. All right, so now it's time to put on these guys. These are the computer modules, and they are numbered because they all go in a specific location because they're trapezoidal. 3, 6, 1, 4, 8, 7, 2, and 5. Okay, so 1 is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, 2001 helm. Here it is with the leather liner finally in there. I get asked a lot, what do you do when it's not perfect? What do you do when the result that you sought? What do you do, Adam? People say, what do you do when the result that you sought isn't quite the result that you get? Do you abandon? Do you redo? Do you So, I just spent the better part of a day tackling this again. I've got a pretty good adhesion of my leather around the perimeter. I feel like the inside of this helmet looks a lot more legit than it did before. However, let me point out a few big flaws. Yeah, the grommets aren't in a line. That's pretty clear. However, under almost any museum display, there'd be a head inside this thing you wouldn't notice. Like 99.9% of people wouldn't notice the grommets being out, but I do. So what am I going to do about it right now? Nothing. I'm done with this. I actually have one more thing to do, which is there's a little flappy flap right here, which is part of the mechanism, part of the neck release mechanism, the fictional neck release mechanism. The actual mechanism is magnetic on the original helmet and on mine, but I have to put some brass pins in this. However, then I'm calling this one done for now. It's been banging around my shop for 8 months now, and I may never tackle this. I may get so mad at it one day, I'm like, screw it, get it out of here, get it down, rip it out, remake it. That certainly could happen, but not today. Today we're going to wrap this one up. Here we go. Let's So the way this works is this sits in here, and the brass pins hold it in place. Let me get a... Ooh, that doesn't like that. I think the hole... Yeah. That hole, this one, is the... yeah, it's not deep enough. Hang on just a sec. 0.62. This right here is a 1/16 inch drill bit. It is the same thickness as my escutcheon pins. Did that show? Yeah, it did show. Look at that. So now I am going to deepen these holes because, yep, I didn't realize how shallow they were. All right. So this goes in here. And we'll just bring this in for pressure. Oh, look at that. So nice. Good enough for me for right now. Oh, one other thing that I probably have talked about this other times I have broke this helmet out and taken a look at it. one other thing I want to point out to you, which I really, really love, which is when you put this helmet on and you hear what your breathing sounds like inside this helmet. It's totally obvious to me, at least, that Kubrick's sound person recorded Dave Bowman's breathing inside the actual helmet. It's like, it's so exactly the sound from the movie that you hear when you're breathing inside the helmet. I love that. Yeah. Adam Savage signing out. Thank you guys for joining me for this quickie one-day build, and I will see you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. If you'd like to further support us here at Tested, one of the single best ways you can do it is through a Tested membership. Now, there's a link below as to the various levels of Tested membership, but at the top level, I want to explain it's so much more than videos that are exclusive. There are Q&As, there are live streams, there are some exclusive videos, but the thing I love most about the Tested membership is the interactivity, the constant and wonderful communication between the Tested members, and not just me, but our entire team. Every day, it feels more and more like a beautiful community just devoted to the joys of making. So join up and become one of us, one of us, one of us.